Hey guys, as you can tell, the tank is starting to clear up. So I've actually already started planting. If any of you guys ever seen my video how to plant Eliocaris parvula, which is going to be the ground cover in this tank, you can watch that video and you can appreciate how much of it I have to plant. Sorry about that, but as I said, the tank cleared up pretty good, so I'm going to start the planting process. The first thing I'm going to do, as I mentioned earlier, is plant the ground cover. I did plant a Amazon sword plant, which I don't ordinarily use. I don't grow them much anymore, but I saw this one in the pet shop and it wasn't doing too well, so I decided hopefully to rescue it. This is Inkinodorus amazonicus, I believe is how it's pronounced. But at any rate, it gets rather large, and I kind of want it to grow and possibly become immersed from the aquarium, which Amazon swords do if they're growing under correct conditions, to add a different element to the tank. Because I do have driftwood that is immersed from the tank, so I kind of wanted that effect in this tank. So I've already started preparation and set up for the ground cover. As you can see, I've used stone and wood, more wood than stone, primarily because I wanted that effect of just a riverbed in an aquarium, and I wanted more driftwood. And also the driftwood is pretty readily available. I do live near a river, so you know it's constantly washing up. And guys, I'm sorry, I'm just not one of those guys who spends money on wood and rocks. I did spend quite a bit of money on the series stone that I'm using in my 100-gallon, but it took everything in my power to press buy on the computer, because I just can't see buying stone. I just think that's kind of ridiculous, but in order to achieve the effect that I wanted, I did purchase the series stone, but I was reluctant to do so. But as you can see, you know, you can reclaim wood from your own neighborhood, as I have, and it's actually quite stunning. Actually, I had to wash this, and I was initially going to use it in my other aquarium, but I felt like it would give more impact in this one, and so that's why I decided to use it. The Amazon sword may be a bit out of scale for this aquarium for the design I was trying to achieve, but I think it'll play in perfectly once it grows out and grows larger. And Amazon swords are excellent nutrient sponges, so it'll work out pretty well. As I said, I'm just starting the planting of the Eliocaris parvula, and as you can see, I've trimmed off the heads on it. I have quite a bit of it. I'll try to pan over and show you the amount that I have to plant. So, I mean, it's going to be an ordeal, and I'm probably not going to use all of it, but I will use quite a bit of it because that will be the predominant plant in this tank. And so I wanted to give that grassy knoll effect, and I think I can achieve that. The problems with Eliocaris parvula is, number one, it grows quickly. You have to stay on top of the pruning if you want it to grow low and closer to the substrate. In this case, I do want it to do that, so I'm planting it pretty heavily. Unfortunately, I do have a lot of it to plant, so I'll be able to achieve that effect in no time at all. But the other thing is I wanted to speak to you about was the substrate that I use in my tanks. If you notice that there's fluorite mixed with ADA soil Amazonia, and to plant the tank I've used 88 powder as a sprinkling, actually about a half an inch over most of the front part of the aquarium to facilitate the planting of the hairgrass, the Eliocharis parvula, as well as a couple other plants. It works real well with those. So I did add some, but not a lot. But my main substrate is the fluorite, and the combination of fluorite and the ADA soil, Amazonia. Okay, and the reason I do that is number one, the power sand that ADA sells is great. I have some. You know, it's expensive, but I have some. But essentially, in my opinion, it does the same thing as the fluorite in terms of its usefulness in the substrate. It prevents anaerobic conditions because the fluorite doesn't break down as quickly as the ADA soil does. Also, it stays more porous. It's more porous because it's clay-based as opposed to organic-based, which is what ADA soil is primarily composed of. So it adds several elements to the aquarium that I feel are necessary, and I've had pretty good success with it. So that's why I decided to use it. But when I do set up my 100-gallon tank, I will be using the complete ADA system because it is a show tank, and normally their tanks are, the tanks that you set up using the ADA system don't require a lot of maintenance once they're set up and running. So guys, I want you to bear with me while I finish planting the Eliocharis parvula, and I'm going to show you that momentarily. So again, thanks for watching.